Dogs are incredibly loyal. For 4 years, this dog waited in the same place for his owner to come and get him. Then something incredible happened. Our story today takes us to Thailand. Just outside the city of Khon Kaen, there was an intersection near a gas station. People started seeing a small brown and white dog that came to the same place every day. It was strange. He seemed to be a very well-groomed dog. He wasn't too thin, and he was clean. Most people who passed by daily thought it was just someone's puppy out for a walk, but the animal stayed there for a long time and didn't seem to come home. Some people kept watching the dog and noticed that it was getting thin and weak. He also seemed to have a skin condition that was causing him to lose his hair. The poor dog was in a terrible state. Many kind people wanted to help him, and some even wanted to give him a new home. Everyone started calling the dog Leo and helped take care of him. A woman named Saak saw that Leo was getting worse and that his skin condition was causing him pain. She just knew she had to help the dog. She passed the intersection to go to work and noticed the sick dog. Then she stopped, picked him up, and took him home. She cared for his skin by washing him with a special medicine and combing the tangles out of his fur. Then she allowed him to rest at home and eat good food. Soon he was getting better, and Saak was becoming more and more attached to the dog. One day when she came home, Leo was gone. She searched desperately for him all over her neighbors' houses, but had no luck. Leo was gone. Then she thought of something. As quickly as she could, Saak returned to the road where she first found Leo. Sure enough, there he was. Leo had stayed with her as long as he needed to recover, but then he returned to that intersection. What made this place so special? Why did he keep coming back there? After careful thought, Saak thought he had the answer. He suspected that Leo had somehow lost his family at the intersection. Could he be returning to the same place in the hope that they would find him? It was the only thing that made sense. It broke his heart to think of Leo looking forward to his family's return. Surely if they had wanted to return to him, they would have done so by now. Saak drove him home a few more times, but each time he would leave and come straight back to wait at the intersection. Eventually, he made peace with the fact that Leo wanted to stay there and wait. But that didn't mean Saak didn't care. From then on, he would make sure to bring him food every day. She would sit with him and even brush his fur to make sure he didn't get tangled again and that his skin stayed healthy. It wasn't the same to take him home and love him, but at least he could be cared for. Many people were fascinated with the dog who stayed at the intersection. Some came often to visit the puppy, and others also helped feed him. He was such a sweet dog that loved all the attention he was getting. He just didn't want to go home with any of them. But they kept coming, taking pictures of him and also of Saak when she came to take care of him. Leo made another good friend out of all this. His name was Anuchit Unkarwan. He also saw Leo's situation and tried to think of ways to help him. For 4 long years, Leo had sat at the intersection waiting for his owner to return. It was a very sad sight. Then Anuchit had an idea that might help Leo. She had many photos of the little dog, so she took them and used the power of the internet to spread the word about Leo. On social media, she made a post about the sad dog who insists on living on the road. She hoped the post would somehow find the family she had lost and lead to a special reunion. But she never expected the post to blow up as much as it did. Many people wanted to help the dog find his owners and also shared the post. It spread, even internationally. Many people got involved in Leo's story and future. After it went viral, there were many people who saw the post. One of them was Nang Noi Sitasan. She was a 64-year-old woman from Roy Et province in Thailand. She was surprised when she saw the pictures of Leo. The dog in the pictures looked very much like her beloved dog, Bon Bon. She had lost the dog 4 years ago during a road trip. Nang Noi and her husband were visiting their daughter in Khon Kaen, and Bon Bon had gone with them. He was in the back of the vehicle with the window open. When they stopped at a gas station to refuel and let Bon Bon out to rest, they realized he was no longer in the car. They suspected he had jumped out of the car when they were at a stop sign. He might have seen something he wanted to chase or gotten spooked in some other way. Either way, he was gone, and the family was heartbroken. For a week, they went back to the area and searched the road where they thought they had lost him. But there was no sign of him for over a week. Time passed, and they were convinced they had lost him forever. They assumed he was probably hit by a car or injured in some other way and had given up hope of ever finding him again. And finally, they had to make peace with the fact that he was gone. It had now been 4 years since they had lost their dog, and they had moved on. They hadn't had another puppy. It was too sad. But when they saw the pictures of Leo, they were sure it was Bon Bon. He had been waiting for them for so long. Now they could go get him. They were beyond excited. They contacted Anuchit Uncharoen and showed her some of the pictures they had of Bon Bon when he was a puppy, and she agreed. Leo was most likely the same dog. They made arrangements for Nang Noi and his family to come and visit Leo. Anujit made sure Sawalak knew the family was coming. Just in case they took the dog home, he needed a chance to say goodbye first. After all, she had been taking care of Leo for 4 years. She deserved that. The family arrived at the intersection. Sawalak and Anujit were already there, Leo lying in the shade near them. Then Nang Noi and his family got out of their car and called the dog. Hearing his name, Bon Bon, the dog raised his head. He got up and ran to his former family. His whole body was moving, not just his tail, and clearly the dog was very excited to see them. He had been waiting for them for 4 years. It looked like he had been worried about them for all those years. Now they were back, and he could see that his family was doing well. The family thanked Sawalak for taking care of Leo, and then it was time to say goodbye. Sawalak hugged Leo with tears in his eyes. He had grown so fond of him. Then the family called the dog to come and get in the car. That's when something incredible happened. Leo refused to go with them. They tried to pick him up, but he ran away. He went and sat next to Sawalak. Everyone realized what the dog was trying to tell them. Leo wanted to stay. He had also grown attached to Sawalak. He just wanted to know that his family was okay. But now he wanted a new family. Nang Noi agreed to leave him alone. They would come to visit and even offered to help with the vet bills, but it was clear that he was no longer their dog. From then on, he lived with Sawalak and never ran away again. He was home. Would you still help a dog on the road for 4 years? Let us know in the comments section below. Thanks so much for watching the video. Join us again next time for even more incredible stories.